Kathy Shelley. I live in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Yeah, at the northeast end of town. Yeah, so I bought this house in March, and I knew it had been flipped, and I knew that the roof was not in wonderful shape. So I knew I was going to need a roof right away. And before I contacted my insurance company, I had interviewed a few roofers, and I had come down to two. That was Joyland and another company.
Her roof was having some issues. I think she had bought the house in March earlier that year, and so she had been having some issues with some of the stuff inside as well.
And I found out from my insurance company that they would not insure this house, no homeowners insurance with what was on there. And they had agreed to it before they realized that it was rolled asphalt roofing. And so then I got a letter, we're canceling your policy. And then I worked with the company, and they said, okay, if you can get it finished and prove that it is finished correctly with photographs and everything by a certain time in May, we'll continue your coverage with it. And so Joyland was willing to work with that deadline.
So she asked us, I checked our schedule, checked with our coordinators, and we were able to move a couple things around and get to her. I think we got to her later that week. Like, we were able to push some stuff aside without affecting the schedule of our other customers as well. So that was really sweet.
Yeah, so Caleb got up on a ladder and scoped the roof out. And so there's another issue that I had. One was the flippers that did this house did not have my bathroom fan venting correctly.
So I went out there, evaluated the roof, found some other issues, found some things that current venting systems that were up that weren't proper. Like, her bathroom vent was just venting to a cavity where a skylight was, and the skylight was all busted and everything. So we eliminated the skylight and just mounted a curb mount exterior flat roof vent there for it. So now the bathroom's exhausting well.
Yeah, so he came, he explored, he took pictures, he got it all written up, and then he made another appointment. I don't think it was that day, and met with me and showed me everything. And then even with all of that, the price was still super competitive. So I was like, wow, this guy knows his stuff. I feel super confident. And I had a bad experience with a different roofing company. I was in a different house. I would say a combination of the communication and knowledge. I felt super secure. And so I'm a widow now, and I don't have a husband to say, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And I had a lot of questions, and I wanted to be sure that, because of that other bad experience, I wanted to be sure that I wasn't going to be stuck with something I was unhappy with. But things were answered immediately. Like, I want to say, even within an hour. Like, if I texted Caleb a question, he answered it, and he was so patient. Like, I had a lot of questions, tons of questions.
Kathy's a very smart person, though. She checked all her boxes and everything, wanted to make sure that everything in the estimate she understood before she was signing it. So, yeah, it was awesome. She was awesome to work for.
And I felt like I could trust the work. I felt like it was going to be done. It was going to be done right. So the next time it poured down rain, I was not going to have a leak somewhere that I didn't know existed. I also really liked that they could get it done in one day. Absolutely. I would recommend you. I actually did recommend you guys to my mom because she needs her roof done. And I'll probably be calling Joyland back because now my front porch roof has to be finished. Well, that thoroughness, that professionalism, that communication, like everything that I talked about,